Welcome to the Dirty Dog Comedy Podcast, episode 3 with my third guest, Roger Dill. How you doing, Rog?
Yeah, living the dream.
Good, mate. Living the dream, mate.
Yeah, living the dream.
In Southend-on-Sea.
Yeah, another day in paradise.
Oh, I must say, we are live from the stage of the Dirty Dog Comedy Club, Southend-on-Sea's number 1 Dirty Comedy Club. We're the only comedy club, actually.
Yeah.
I think.
Pucker room.
Might be it is a pucker room, thank you for saying that.
Pucker
Anyway,
room.
Roger, how have you been? I heard you had a little accident on the way down here today.
Yep. Classic, looking to go on a roundabout, someone in front of me, and I went right into the back of him.
Like an
Pucker.
old woman.
Yep, pucker. It didn't damage his car, luckily, so...
Oh, that was alright then, as long as
cracked
his car
my
wasn't loose.
bumper a bit, and yeah, got here.
Was you driving quickly? Or?
No, literally, we both stood still, and I went to go as if he weren't there in a gap on the roundabout, and just tapped
You
him.
don't look like the kind of guy that likes to drive fast, if I'm honest.
No, I don't.
You haven't really got much Vin Diesel-esque about you.
No, I don't like to drive fast,
More
actually.
of a actually, is it Ja Rule that's in Fast and Furious? Who's the rapper guy?
Oh,
Delirious, or no, he's dead, isn't he? He's Delirious, he's dead. Who is it, Oscar? Google this.
What film?
Fast and Furious. Who's the black guy? The
He
generic
said
black guy. Does it? Not Tyrese. What's his name? The other guy.
I have no idea.
Who? No, the other one.
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous. That's the one.
He did the baby oil joke.
Did he? What's that about?
The baby oil joke with Vin Diesel or The Rock or something. Like he said something about him being bold, and he went, I'm going to butcher the joke now because I don't half remember it.
Good.
And like they did a take about it. It's a meme.
That all seems to have died a death now, doesn't it? All that baby oil P Diddy stuff.
Oh yeah. Now that he's like got scot-free, made these deals.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, because he had all that baby oil in his house, and I think it was 847 dildos.
Yeah.
In his house, and I mean, like, I don't know what he was doing with all them, unless he's like an Ann Summers rep.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end, it's not illegal to be really into sex.
Or have loads of dildos.
No.
I mean, when I was a kid, do you remember Ann Summers parties?
No.
If you had a bit of a promiscuous mum, then they'd have like all their like slaggy mates round with like, and then some rep from Ann Summers would come round with loads of dildos and fucking.
Right.
I remember coming down in the middle of the night. And
That reminds me,
fucking
actually,
penises
I
everywhere.
need to confront you about some allegations.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, so what's
No,
this?
I haven't got 847 dildos in my house, by the way.
No, 846.
I've got a dick library in my fucking basement.
No, what's the story about you wanting to fuck your aunt?
Fuck my aunt. Oh, is Pete Withers? No, it was actually no. It was her that I think she wanted to fuck me.
You met your aunt for the first time.
Yeah, and she didn't want me to call her auntie because she said she's trying to get laid here.
Right.
And I was like, oh, all right, whatever. But yeah, first time I'd ever met my auntie. Yeah, a bit of a weird. Fucking hell, put me on my arse then. Obviously, you've been talking to Pete fucking Withers.
Might have had some gigs with some like-minded people, yeah.
Fucking penis plumber from fucking Onga. Yeah, fucking. But anyway, the reason I said you look like Ludacris, you've got a bit of a black guy's haircut.
Yeah,
for
I get
such
that
a
a lot.
white guy.
Yeah.
Is that all natural?
Yeah, all natural, just comb it
Natural
out.
afro.
Yeah. Actually, I bought the comb.
Have you actually got any of the
Not that I know.
Afro-Caribbean in your blood?
I mean, my mum comes from Scottish and Irish descent.
Not very. There's
And then-
not many Scottish lads walking around with fucking
No.
full-blown 70s afros
I
in
met-
Edinburgh.
Yeah, exactly. And then I met my bio dad, and he's as white Essex as you can get.
My bio dad.
Yeah, well, I've got a biological dad and a stepdad, so it's
Okay,
like...
so this is interesting. So, what's the story? When did you actually meet your bio dad?
So I let it is a bit. I've got a bit about it, but like I let him abandon me 3 separate times, basically.
You let him abandon you?
Well, he would just leave.
Okay. But
So-
was you old enough to do anything about it? Like, was you stood at the door with...
Kind of, yeah. The last 2 times, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, fucking hell, good. We're getting a bit Jeremy Carly now, aren't we?
So obviously he left before I was born, and then I get to an age. My stepdad's kind
Before
of
he
like
even
around.
knew that he was going to come
Yeah.
out of an afro.
Yeah, exactly.
Since
Yeah.
he left.
Yeah, and then my stepdad comes along. I start asking questions about my dad, and it would never happen now. But my mum managed to like get his personal information from like child services to
Okay.
get in contact with him. Data laws now would never allow
So
something
what
like
was he
that.
actually paying?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Fuck me, must have been the only Essex dad in the
Well,
fucking
he was getting
history that was.
He was getting his benefits docked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, typical Essex dad.
Yeah. All of his cocaine money he was keeping, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then yeah, I think I was probably about 11 or 12 when he showed up, and I met him once or twice, and like for some strange reason, my mum, she had no idea where he lived or how he lived, but they just agreed to let me go with him every other weekend as like shared custody, and that's when me as an 11-year-old was introduced to a world of crime.
Oh, nice. So your dad was a typical Essex boy.
Oh god,
then,
yeah. Like looking back on it, it was just like we would go to like this woman's house and weigh his special chocolate because she had those proper like scales with like the justice scales.
For those of you that don't know what special chocolate is, this was back in the day before the Albanians done your weed.
Yeah,
We used to
yeah.
get a thing called soap bar, and it used to.
Oh,
Yeah.
knew it as hash.
Oh, well, hash,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, solids.
Yeah, solids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you people would have their going out shirt with all the rocks burnt down and.
Oh, a hot rock.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, coming from Basildon, which is like the fucking crime hub of Basildon, of Essex, it was like a badge of honour for you to have an Adidas three-stripe top with as many hot rock burns down it as you could get. Like, you know, what I mean, the more you had, the more you were seen as a hero.
Drugs,
yeah. He's got 20 hot rock burns in his top. Oh, he's got a massive one where a cherry fell off.
I actually nicked the shirt off of my stepdad as a teenager as well, and I went out and someone went, "Why have you got a hot rock on it?" And I was like, "I don't even know what a hot rock is."
That's how uncool you was. What is that kid with the afro got an hot rock burn in his top? So come on then, more about your dad.
Yeah, so it was just like he wasn't hiding anything from me at all. Like it felt like I was always going to a different house, but for the most part we would stay with his girlfriend who was living with her mum. And his girlfriend was something like, he was like a 50-year-old man when I met him the second time. And she was like...
How old was you the second time? So first time 11.
No, wow, so the first time, I always count the baby thing as the first time.
Right, okay.
No, so 11 years old, I meet him, he's about a 50-year-old man. And his girlfriend's like 22. And she's got like all of her younger as well teenage mates.
Right.
And then I'm like staying in this shithole house. There's like porn lying around. Who's
porn?
His, I assume.
Okay.
Her mum was like nuts.
This was before the age of first recognition.
Yeah, it was like DVDs and stuff just hanging around, and I'd never even like knew what porn was at that age. I remember there was like, it was just not built for a kid, so there was nothing for a kid to do.
After they look at porn,
Yeah, exactly.
Way up fucking.
So it was like, go and entertain
hashish.
yourself. I remember finding like this toy. It was clearly a cock, and it was a soft cock toy. And if you pulled the string, it would vibrate. It had a face on it. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I'd pull the string and I'd put it on the floor and just let it bounce along the ground.
Do you reckon that was like one of the first ever sex toys before batteries were invented?
All I know is
it was pull called it. Do it again.
All I know is it kept me entertained for about 2 hours on a Saturday.
Great.
Yeah, and like the room I slept in was like it had a bed, but it was like where the cat slept.
So it was kind of like a really low budget P Diddy's house.
Yeah.
Okay.
P Diddy if he didn't have any money. Yeah. The room I slept in, the cat slept in it, but the cats hated people. And I'll get back to that, but like I'd be asleep and the cats would like come in and they'd be fucked off that someone was sleeping in their bed. So they would just claw the fuck out of me in the middle of the night.
I don't know why I'm laughing. Child abuse isn't funny, by the way, guys. This is.
And then that probably went on for a couple of weeks before I went, Dad, why does these cats are like clawing me in the night? And he was like, oh yeah, they're fucking little shits. I kick him every chance I get.
I wonder why they attacked people if your dad went around kicking them up the arse every fucking 5 minutes.
Right?
Jesus
Christ.
Like, so child abuse, animal abuse, maybe some sort of sexual abuse.
No, he never got that far.
No, he just let you play with a dildo. That was all right.
Oh yeah, I suppose you had the porn and the dildo.
And the porn, yeah.
Yeah. you're actually bringing up some interesting, because like while I was in that period of time, I don't know how long it really was because it was that long ago, but I remember the seasons changing. So, and then at one point he picked me up and he went, "Oh, we're having a party this weekend," and I was I was young, so I was like, my idea of a party is like pasta, parcel, juice, snacks.
One of them potatoes with tinfoil wrapped around it,
Yeah.
and cheese and pineapples on cocktail sticks. in it,
Exactly
yeah.
that. Yeah. No, this was like a adult trap house party that I was the only kid involved
And
in.
how old was you at this point?
11 or 12?
I think at 11 or 12, I might have been a little bit more advanced than you, because at 11 or 12, that would have been my ideal sort of party to go to.
Well, we did jump over the first few years there where like I was just like a weird kid. Because like my mum was a single mum
I
before.
never actually believed that, Roger,
No?
looking at you now.
Just really socially awkward. I was mostly raised by my nan. My nan was my
Oh,
best
a
mate.
nan kid.
Yeah.
You was a nan kid.
I was meant to bring that up. Yeah, I was a nan kid.
Oh, no.
Raised by my nan. My mum was working full time, just trying. She was like, when she had me and my sister, she was like in her young 20s, you know what I mean? So she was just like doing her thing. And then my nan was raising me. She was my best mate. But like, I just never clicked with other kids. And then...
Nan kids, when I was at school, because there was a couple of, because obviously I grew up in Basildon in Essex, and it was your actual background and story is pretty common
Yeah.
in my sort of, like where I come from. You was either brought, I grew up in an estate where it was weird if you had a dad.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, to get bullied for having a dad is a bit like, you know, he's got a fucking dad. Guy, you know what I mean? Get kicked in. There was men around, but they was like normally somebody's uncle.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, most of the women were pretty fucking promiscuous, and it was like everyone had a council house. But yeah, it was pretty normal to be brought up with that. But most of the nan kids I've ever encountered when I was a kid, nan kids, to give them a good like example, a nan kid was a kid that preferred a shepherd's pie to a McDonald's.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Because
see
they
that.
was brought up by their
Yeah,
nan.
yeah.
It was like they'd rather sit in and watch Country Watch
Yeah.
than be watching like Mask or He-Man like we
Well,
was all watching. Like,
That's
and
exactly...
they always talked a little bit like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that, yeah.
nan kids. So anyway, getting back to
Well,
you being
that's
a nan
exactly
kid. Sorry,
it.
Roger, I didn't mean to take a piss out of you, but I was just giving you my example of a nan kid. Oh, and I always wore cardigans as well.
No, I never got
Normally knitted by their nan, because nans were like that, with them big fucking like what do you call it? Like Brazil nut buttons.
Oh,
on
yeah,
them.
the weird, like, there was like a stick.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
like a big fucking button on
Yeah,
it. Like, and
yeah.
there was always like big cable tie knitted
Yeah.
fucking jumpers. Yeah.
No, she wasn't like because like my nan was young for a nan as well.
Of course she was. She come from Essex.
Yeah.
She was, what was she, 35?
I remember when she turned 50 and I was like probably 7 and my
Oh,
mum
okay.
was like, yeah, my mum would have been 22 or 25.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, so like, yeah, exactly to your point. Like all the kids at school are talking about like Power Rangers and cartoons and stuff like that, and I'm like, I caught a really good Law and Order SVU last night.
You was like, oh, did anyone watch Murder, She Wrote last night?
Yeah, Law and Murder, She Wrote.
This was great.
Yeah, CSI, big CSI fan.
I think I'm older than you. How old are you?
I'm 31.
Fucking really? Gee, you look like you've aged in dog years, lad. Jesus fucking
Yeah,
Christ. I'm 46. You're talking a whole different world to me. We didn't have CSI then. We didn't have Sky. We had a box on the wall that used to go away, and some geezer down the end that had a job. Like, he's the only one that had a job. I think he used to work for Sky, and he rigged everyone on the old block. Like, the old... I used to live on a terrace like estate
Oh, yeah.
of flat roofed houses in Basildon,
Oh, right.
and they was all joined, and everyone had this cable box. If anyone remembers this, they had like a heating, you know, like what you turn your heating up and down with. And
On my phone.
all anyone had was Sky One.
Oh,
Sky
right.
One was the only channel. It wasn't even Sky One then, it was just called Sky. And that was it. And you used to have the DJ Cat show and shit like that. Anyway, fucking I'm going on more about my fucking childhood now than yours. Carry on, where was we? So you brought up by your nan.
Yeah, brought up by my nan, mostly part-time. My nan was like babysitting a bunch of kids, but yeah, I just never really...
A bunch of kids.
Yeah, she was babysitting a bunch of my mum's friends' kids. And I grew up with this girl called Alicia. This another girl I know very well now called Sinead, shout
Shout out Sinead.
Shout
Big
out
up
Sinead. She's great, yeah. And Alicia had a brother called Liam who was deaf.
This is fucking. This is turning into a fucking Disney film feature. You know, one of them fucking. You know what? No, one of them. This is a feature film. Was it The Boy That Didn't Forget? Like one of them.
But when you compare that and then bang, it's like we're going to weigh drugs today, Roger.
I can see.
You're suddenly thrown into the deep end. Really,
I think you might have needed that though.
Yeah,
coming from such a such an innocent sort of beginning,
sheltered,
you know, such a fucking house on the prairie. If it house on the prairie was in Essex, to weighing up drugs. You know, you sort of went from house on the prairie to Top Boy, didn't you? Like,
And then like there's the couple of times I did go to like my dad's house, he would immediately take me. It felt like it was a different house all the time, but he would take me to the airing cupboard that was lined with tinfoil, and he would specifically say, "You do not fucking touch this plant. This is my favourite plant in the world."
One miserable plant in
One
there
miserable
with
plant,
a couple of lamps.
Yeah. And I remember I opened it once while I went to the toilet. I opened it once just to see what it was like, and like a buzzer went off, and I just heard him screaming from the other room, like, "Shut that fucking door!" And it must have been like its dark period or whatever to get a better grow.
I don't think that was just your dad's dark period. Maybe the porn mags and the dildo fucking.
The light.
Yeah. Fucking hell, you know more about growing than I do. Jesus Christ. So you did learn something from your dad.
Yeah, well, and then I grew up and got into drugs.
Okay.
And then, so then, like, that's all happening. I think I must have told my mum about that, like, adult party I ended up at, which was really weird. I think I did my first, like, big funny joke at that party because I'm wandering around, everyone's an adult. My mum had made the mistake of telling my dad that we let him have a glass of Wicked Blue on New Year's Eve. So my dad took that as a hint that I can just drink Wicked Blue.
So he got you a crate.
He got me. No joke. They got me one of those like huge bottles. Two of them. I housed them. So I got fucked up at 11 for the first time.
Brilliant.
And then I remember walking around and like just everyone's an adult, you know, and the like everyone's sniffing their keys.
Where the keys though sniffing, Roger?
Well, I didn't know what was
on the key.
Well, I didn't know that. I was an innocent little boy, and I went into the back garden there.
An innocent little boy that just downed the whole bottle of WKD Blue.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have had a bump. It might have sorted you out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Me out, yeah. And I went into the back garden, and they built a bonfire, and it was roaring in this little fucking pokey garden, pissing off the whole estate. Roaring bonfire, my dad's on the other side of it, and I just shouted over him and went, "Dad, why is everyone sniffing their keys?" And that got like a huge laugh in the garden, and I remember feeling all the attention.
So it weren't really a bit, it was more of an observation that just drawed attention to yourself.
And then I must have, like, obviously I go back to my mum, I'm hungover, I'm puking, I'm ill. She must have found out what was happening from that party. And then I don't know what happened in the background, but from my perspective, his phone just stopped working. He just stopped picking me up and his phone stopped working. So I don't know if she stopped it or if he realised this was a bad environment for me. Because you do have a bit of awareness at some point.
What have it to do with the fact that you fucked his plant up, Roger?
Yeah, that as well,
rather than he just grew a fucking conscience overnight. I don't think that was a fucking problem.
Well, yeah, thanks for that. Okay, yeah. No.
You're watching the Jeremy Clark Show. Up next, we've got fucking Roger's dad on. We're going to do a DNA test.
Oh, he fucking comes from the back. And then I become like 17, 18. And I'm hanging out with, like, I was part of like the grunge emo crowd that hangs out in town centres in the early 2000s or late 2010s. And I have this mate called Max Davies. Shout out Max Davies.
Shout out Max Davies.
He's well good, yeah. He comes up to me and he's like, "I really need your phone number." I was like, "Yeah." I keep fobbing him off. And then one day he goes, "No, I seriously need your phone number." I was like, "Why?" He was like, "Well, I buy weed from this guy in Sudbury." I was like, "Right." And he goes, "And while I was buying some weed, this old dude came in and we started chatting and I was telling him about how I hang out in Colchester. And he said he has a son in Colchester called Roger. And Max went, well, there could only be one Roger. So gets to the point, Max Davies reunited.
It is a bit of a shit name, if
Yeah.
I'm honest. Roger with the afro. Yeah, that's him.
To make a story short, Max Davies basically reunited me with my father.
Okay. Okay. So he was kind of like a Jeremy Kyle.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then, and then again, it was like a few weeks of like texting. He'd pick me up, we'd hang out for an afternoon. I was really into weed, so now we had a bonding thing going on. He would like roll up blunts. I was doing joints. He would roll up fat blunts, and we'd just smoke in his car. And
well, he had his plant in the drying cupboard, didn't he? So he's well away. He had a constant supply.
Yeah. He'd take me to all these pubs. I didn't have an ID at the time, so I must have been about 17. He'd take me to pubs where he knew I could get served and just would drink.
Was this in Colchester, yeah?
No, he would make sure we go out of town. He would just drive us somewhere and go, this is a shithole pub, they'll serve you. And he would just get me fucking rat-assed. But then again, it was like, I don't know what happened. The phone number stopped working. I didn't know where he lived. So it was just, he was gone again. And that was like 15 years ago. He was an old man then. He's probably dead now.
Yeah, well, that's very sad, I'm afraid. Have you got any sort of problems from that? Obviously, you're a stand-up comedian. That's, by the way, everyone, anyone watching this is stand-up comedian shit. You know what I mean? This is this is how we become funny.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of love growing up, and now I need it from an audience.
Yeah, I'd love to say that I had the same sort of upbringing as you. I was, rather than being brought up by my nan, I was brought up by my mum, who was like a typical Essex single mother on the estate. And I never saw my dad. My dad disappeared when I was about a year old, 2 years old.
Right.
Disappeared. And then at the age of 45, my auntie gets in contact with me, who I've never met. And, basically tries to sort of build a bond between me and my dad. But by that point, I'd sort of feel like, I don't really want to be meeting a dad that fucked off when I was 2 years old at my age.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
And then about 6 months ago, he popped his clogs.
Oh, yeah?
And to be fair, I've actually stayed, this is the auntie that I wanted to fuck, apparently, as well. I've stayed in contact. I've actually got a brother as well in Southend, but that I've never met. But I stayed in contact with my aunt, and when my dad died, it's going to get a bit deep now. Jesus Christ. This must be a fucking comedy podcast. Well
Did you fuck your aunt? Did you fuck your aunt?
No. She's far too old for me.
That's what stopped you.
It's nothing to do with her being my aunt. If she was a bit of a salt, I might have given it a go. But no, and my dad died, and she phoned me up, and she's all crying. Oh, your dad's died. And I was like, all right, yeah, fair do. So I was like, look, I'll come. And because he basically, my dad was a fucking chronic alcoholic. He's a bus driver as well, you know what I mean? The best kind of alcoholic.
Yeah, of course,
you know what I mean? You always want to get on his bus, do you know what I mean? But anyway, bus driver, coach driver, chronic alcoholic, died literally in a fucking nursing, like what do you call it?
Like a care home.
Yeah, sort of a care home, but like, I didn't have a pot of piss in. If he did have, he probably would have drunk it. Anyway, died in this care home, and I went with my auntie to go and clear out his stuff and everything, and realised at that point that like he had a couple of shirts and an Alexa. Pissheads love Alexas, you know what I mean? Where's the nearest pub? Alexa. Have you got an Alexa?
I've got a Google Hub.
Oh, I've got an Alexa, but I changed my one's name to Ziggy,
and
sometimes I forget. Because he's got an Alexa, my son, he's got an Alexa, and he's always like, his whole room,
all connected to it.
Yeah, he's like, Alexa, turn my fan on. Alexa, turn my telly on. Alexa, fucking wank me off. Like, it's like, okay, I'm not doing that. You're underage. But anyway, and I've got mine. I changed mine to Ziggy, and I also changed the accent. It's Indian. So I say, Alexa, what is the time? He goes, the time is in India. Like, anyway. Brilliant. Love Ziggy. But sometimes I forget. I don't know why I went on a tangent like that. Anyway, getting back to my dad.
Dad dead.
Dad dead. Dead dad. Right? When I went to go and clear out my dead dad's room, I sort of realised what a fuck up I'd been my whole life. and it sort of made me change who I was as a person.
Oh, really?
And yeah, but by then I'd like fucked up so many things, and you lose people and everything else. Like, you sort of think that I don't want to be like that and lose these people I love around me, because that's what happened to him.
Right.
And by that point, I'd already lost all them people, and it's irreversible. You can't really undo damage, can you? But anyway, yeah. So, and then we done that. We cleared out his room. We done everything. And I agreed to go to his funeral, even though I'd always promised I would never would. Like, I said, oh, well, fucking, if he dies, I'll only go and do his funeral, watch him be put in the ground. Went to support my auntie. And obviously, being an alcoholic his whole life, there was hardly anyone there. Do you know what I mean? He'd like burnt all his bridges and all that. And like, I love my aunt as a bitch. She's a really lovely woman. And anyway, at the wake, we were all stood at the wake, and there's a few people there, you know, a couple of his old friends that he probably lives with, and some of my Auntie Lynn's family. And I was introduced to a woman, and she said, oh, hello, I used to know your dad. My name is Yinda. Right, Linda, yeah, and Linda with a Y.
Right.
Which I said, you sure it's not Yinda? Because it's Linda with a Y. Anyway, and she said to me, and I was really shocked, she said, I need to talk to you about something financial about your dad. And I thought, fucking hell. I thought, Jesus Christ, he might have left some money. Like, you know what I mean? My old pisshead.
Oh, it's going to be...
It turned out it was a fucking bar bill that he'd left behind.
I knew it. It was going to be debt.
But yeah. So what part of Essex did your dad come from then? Or
I'm not really...
Have you always lived in Colchester?
Yeah, always lived in
Colchester.
Well, we did that's another story. We did do about 6 weeks in Liverpool.
Okay, what made you go to that shithole?
My mum was running away from my little sister's dad.
Okay, so your mum has a bit of a history of bad men.
Yeah, she's got. She's been married to my stepdad now for like, married for about 10 years now, I think, something like that. Together 20.
Okay.
So like, she's got a good man now. My stepdad's a good man. He trained me to be a welder. I've got to give him credit for that.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, I'm a welder.
It's a bit dangerous with hair like that, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got like a hat.
Oh, okay. A Stetson or something?
Yeah, something like that. It's just a bandana thing. It keeps the sparks off me. But like, like we were running away from my little sister's dad because he's fucking Albanian.
Jesus Christ, this just gets better.
Oh, she said.
So he was a drug dealer as well, then?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I remember.
3, 4, 1, I do your deal.
He was a fucking dickhead as well. I remember that. I was only 4, but I remember being 4, going, "I fucking hate you." And like, we were running away from him. His name was Name.
What's your name? Name.
My mum loved
what's
that.
What's your name? Name.
Oh, she loves a shit joke. She loved it. She was like, "What's your name? Name. What's your name?" Fucked him. We were running away from him. My mum's best mate was moving up to Liverpool anyway, and it was like the council house estate exchange. And you know, when you ever like want to get further away from Liverpool, they're like, "Yeah, do what you want. Come and pick some shithole in London." So we were running away to Liverpool. Sorry, we were running away to Liverpool, and there's a few funny stories there. My mum's best mate picked this council house for the one specific reason. It was like covered. It had been like rendered with all of these really nice pebbles.
Okay.
The whole house had been rendered with all these pebbles.
Pebble dashing.
Yeah. But it was really well done, and it was really beautiful, and I'll never forget that. She viewed it, she was like, I love that like rendering, it's so nice. I'll pick this house. And they're like, okay, well, we just need to update like the boiler and some plumbing and stuff.
So it had lovely pebble dash walls, but no fucking boiler. It had damp. The roof leaked. Yeah, you know it.
Go back to Essex and then come back in a few months and move in. And when she got back, someone had nicked all the pebbles, but only from head height. They didn't have a ladder. So only the line that they could reach was
Who's going around nicking pebbles?
This was a ropey Liverpool estate, and this is where I'm getting to. This was my first TV credit because I ended up on Neighbours from Hell.
Really?
Yeah, I'll never be able to find the episode. I've gone looking for it. But like, basically, we were the victims. I was about 4 or 5. My little sister was 1. My mum got interviewed because there was like this family on the estate. It was one of those shitty council families that had gotten so big, the council had given them 2 houses and knocked the walls through.
Wasn't Mick Philpott, was it, by any chance? The geezer that set fire to all his kids?
No. But like that was, and like the family was so big, it was like they had like grown kids living there that had also started their own families living in the house, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
And like they were just terrorizing. They owned that estate. They would nick everything. Some woman woke up and had their front path nicked.
They'll have the pebbles off your walls.
But the paved stones going up to your path, she woke up one day and the path was nicked. And looking back, you come to realise that basically people living in the house were like shitty tradesmen. And like whenever they were like short on supplies, they'll just nick it from outside people's houses, because like people's like front garden wall was slowly like whittled down when they needed a few more bricks and like paths and gates and just shit like that. It was just a nightmare.
Sounds great.
And like but they got on Neighbours from Hell and we got interviewed for that. That was my first TV credit. Mum realised that Liverpool was a bad idea, came back to Essex, started living with my nan, and then my second TV credit was Watch Dogs.
Oh my god, what was that for? Dodgy welding?
Nah, it weren't even a funny story. They just came to the school to interview the kids because the government wanted to bring out some fucking textbook.
Okay.
So yeah, but I like having both of them, you know what I mean?
You just like having TV credits. Yeah. I was actually on telly once. When I was because I used to actually be stationed in Colchester.
Oh yeah.
When I was in the army, yeah, and there was a show called Soldier Town.
Oh right.
And I think I sort of said so. There was a young lady. I call young lady in the loosest possible term because she was in the loosest possible term, and her name was Sticky Vicky. And
shout out Sticky Vicky.
Shout out Sticky Vicky. I'm sure you're still living in Colchester. And she just used to get railed by everyone, and they was just like, we was just on there. Sort of. I can't remember what I said now, but I used to like Colchester. It was a bit because you and me done a gig there the other night, didn't we? And it was a bit of nostalgia driving down the high street. Yeah. There used to be a nightclub called Hippodrome. There, we used to call it the Down syndrome because you used to come out of there absolute spasticated.
I think it's been 3 other names since then.
Yeah, probably like Lynx or Reds or something. They always call nightclubs things like that now.
Well, when I was drinking age, it was Liquid, and then it turned into Attic, and now I think it's changed to something else. But...
Okay. And then there was another one. There was 2 actually. I think there was one called Kings in Colchester that used to be like in the middle of nowhere. And then there was, if you keep going straight past the Hippodrome and keep going, there used to be a place called Laristos.
Oh, right.
And that's actually a swingers club now.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
sick.
I actually heard from someone that had turned into a swingers club. There used to be another place called Fagans. You know where the roundabout is? As you come into Colchester High Street.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little shitty pub there.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be Fagans, and that used to, you could have 2 heads and still put in that place. It was awful. Absolutely awful. It's sort of pub you'd wipe your feet on the way out.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Terrible.
Nightlife's kind of taken a dive in Colchester from my perspective.
That place we done a gig in the other night was quite nice.
Yeah, Three Wise is a really good place. It's like 3-story venue.
You used to have the Wigan Pen. We used to drink in the Wigan Pen.
I think that's still around.
Where else? Used to be a Yates's.
That's
on
gone.
the main high street.
Yeah, that's gone.
What else? I can't really remember. Man.
I was thinking that Yates building would make a great comedy club.
Yeah, if people actually wanted to go and watch comedy, because they don't really. They just want to come and talk at the back and make a load of fucking noise.
Yeah, you are well more into the industry than I am.
This is,
My big dream is to...
I actually done a gig in a warehouse the other night, can you believe it? Yeah. It was a brewery, second brewery gig I've ever done. I've done a gig in Margate, which was a brewery gig, but it was on a farm. Really good, massive crowd, really fucking great venue. But the one I've done this, it was like I was in between 2 fucking massive shelves full of barrels. I always felt...
Oh yeah, I did see a clip about that,
I sort of felt like I should have been wearing an hard hat when I was on stage. It was fucking dodgy.
It had like loads of like mirror and like white tile, is that right?
No. I'll show you a picture after this.
Oh, right.
I'll show you a picture after this, but yeah, it was fucking odd, man. It was a warehouse. It was basically a working warehouse. Do you know what I mean? All it needed was some cunt on a fucking forklift truck that beep, 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 passed at the back here. But yeah, it was odd. But it was a good gig. Do you know what I mean? I think what they do is they open it up. It's got it was like a corporate gig. They've got like a bar and everything there. But yeah, it was just an odd venue for a gig.
Yeah, I have done some weird venues. I've only been really doing the newcomer circuit for about 6 months now. I was doing an open mic. To first start off, I just didn't know what to do, and I heard that there was an open mic where you could write your name on a chalkboard.
Oh yeah.
And it was all musicians at this cafe called Roots and Grooves Cafe. Shout out Vix and Cam.
Whoever.
Vix and Cam, yeah. They're great. And I just turned up and I had no idea what I was doing. And it was just like, I was basically crashing this hobby night for musicians.
Okay.
Because they're all talented musicians. They're all really good. And it would be like acoustic cover, singing, really good piano and all of this. And then I'd get up and be like, oh, my dick's weird. and like, I'll never forget Jane. Shout out Jane. I'll never forget Jane because she's like just this sweet older lady who would sit front row, and I'd tell jokes about my fucking hemorrhoid, and I would watch her wince. And I'm like, oh fuck, what am I doing? And then I did that for a year, on and off, before the bar staff, Ernest and James, shout out. They got in contact with Greg and said we need to do like a newcomer workshop thing.
Yeah, we need to get him out of it.
Yeah,
he's dead on our nerves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then Greg saw me do a couple sets, and he was like, "This is where you need to be doing comedy." And then since then, I've just been getting every gig leads to another gig.
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard because I mean, not so much nowadays. I think it was hard like a few years ago, but now there's so many venues, but it is hard when you want to be a comedian or you think that you're funny or whatever you want to start your journey doing. But it's hard to know where to go. Yeah, and it's hard to know, and it ain't until you get into the industry like that you do a few open mics, you do these bringer fucking gigs. And for anyone that don't know that's watching this, a bringer gig is basically where someone runs a really shit night and they need to get people in there so that they make the comedians bring someone with them and stay at the fucking end to make it even worse. Just to fill out their venue so that they've guaranteed got at least 20 people in the audience. And
I appreciate every opportunity. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and fuck off, I don't. You cunts. I'll fucking never do it ever again. But I'm glad I sort of got out of that pretty quick. But you have to take someone with you, and you have to fucking sit there to the end. And all it is 10 comedians and 10 of their mates, and no one wants to laugh at your joke because their mates are dying inside because they've managed to be convinced to be brought out to this shit night of shit comedians. And the other comedians don't want to laugh at you because half of them are absolutely shitting themselves. They don't want anyone else to be funny but them. And half the time they're writing fucking notes. I had one guy put a fucking laptop out one night while fucking out, what a cunt. But
just the globe,
and it's just basically these nights are set up for people that are either new to comedy, want to start their own night, and they don't want to have to do any promotion work themselves or fucking put any work in. So what they do is they make you do all the fucking work and bring your aunt with you or some fucking... Do you know what I mean? Some random... There's even a group on fucking Facebook. Will anyone come to fucking...
And then you can do it and they'll like...
Massive comedy in Whitechurch on the fair. And I'll replace the thing. I'll buy you 2 beers and I'll replace the favour. Oh, fuck off, mate.
But like, Terry's saying this because he's a superstar and he has his own club and he can do whatever he wants. He can just show up whenever he wants.
I've got my own fucking club where I don't make people fucking beer. And I have any Tom, Dick and Harry here.
Well, he can just show up to any gig late, do his 20 minutes and then leave.
God, thanks. We had all this with Danny Andrews last week, fucking over the pop at me.
But when you're first starting out, it's just an opportunity to be in front of a mic.
It's desperation. You do just want to perform, and you do just want to do this. And some of them you get these. It's normally women as well. That because I had a girlfriend when I first started doing it, and she supported me as much as she could. And then it got to the point where she just did not want to come to these comedy nights anymore. And it sort of fucking caused a lot of problems with us, if I'm honest. And like, we've fucking split up now. But anyway, it caused a lot of problems with us. And normally you see these 40-year-old women that want to get into comedy. And they've dragged their husband with them, who's sitting there fucking dying because he's like, oh, this is fucking shit.
Well,
and then she's going to fucking get up next and bomb. And I fucking can't handle this anymore. But Yeah, no, I always feel, but I put a lot of hard work into this place, and to get people here, and to keep it as not a bringer, not a stayer. You can rock up and go, and you can rock up and do 10 minutes or 20 minutes or do whatever you can, and just fuck off. But I think you get a truer sort of reaction into if you're funny or not in front of a real crowd.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not getting in. You're not really, other than stage time and other than trying to beat the stage fright.
Yeah.
You're not really getting anything out of these.
Open that's probably fair enough. The bringers are all basically London anyway, really, aren't they?
No, not really.
No?
You don't get a few here and there, but like I say, I sort of stopped doing them pretty early on.
Fair enough. I haven't even done one, to be fair.
Yeah. What's the worst gig you've ever done? Out of interest. The worst you ever bombed?
The worst I ever bombed, well, apart from the music nights, because I'd fall to silence on them.
I've done a couple of music nights when I first started. I actually found them pretty good, because I think if you put you in the middle, you sort of broke up the music atmosphere.
Well, that's why they loved me. The people who run it, they loved me coming there. They loved the variety. They've had other variety as well, like hip-hop artists. They've had a magician every now and again.
Okay.
They did a poetry night there once, and a few times. And I went to that. And they told me to come to it, and I was like, all right, I'll see what it's like. And they changed the system. It was it was a packed room, and everyone there was a poet. And the idea was if you wanted to go up and do a poem, put your hand up, go up, do your poem, get off, and then we'll get someone else on. Well, I only have jokes.
Did they all go like that rather than clap? Didn't they?
Almost. But I only had jokes, so I put my hand up. I go up and I tell one joke. Get a good laugh. I'm like, all right, they're actually pretty open to this. Sit back down, put my hand up. I tell my second joke. They're like, oh yeah, that was pretty good. And then when you first starting out, you're just trying to do anything you can to get a laugh, right? And the third joke, the only one I had was like, I'm ashamed to say it was maybe an anti-Semitic joke.
They're the best.
I don't do it anymore.
Especially in this climate. It's not the best. You might as well just go free Palestine. Just be done with it.
But while it did get a laugh, because it's not really against any type of people, it's just ironic. I won't do it, but it's cemented in irony. That one, it got a reaction, not so much laughs. Everyone was like, ooh, and everyone got a bit sensitive. But there was a guy at the front who was like blackout, and blackout drunk, and he just hated it, and he just started screaming at me, started booing me off stage, and he would not shut up until I was just out of the room. Okay. And I was like, okay, and then I just went home.
Just went home.
But that wasn't even my worst gig. The worst gig I did was in Norwich. I was already in a bad mood because I was expecting to get a lift to Norwich with someone else that was going, so that I could share the petrol. And that fell out, so I was like, oh fuck. So I had to drive by myself, and I was practicing. I hadn't had 5 minutes, but I hadn't really refined it. I planned on going through it in the car, so I couldn't do that. And then I got there and I was kind of rushing, and then as I'm sitting there was 4 people in the audience. And it was a tiny room. The whole room could fit on this stage where we are now. Okay. And so it was 4 people in the audience, and they're there. And I just did 5 minutes of bad comedy to 4 fucking gravestones. They didn't give me a fucking whisper.
It's when you can hear people breathing, that you're doing badly.
And then the worst part is because the other guy dropped out, I was actually, the promoter was like, do 10. And I was like, I don't even have 5. And then I got off at 5, bang on the dot, and I could tell he was a bit annoyed because it was actually 2 acts that had dropped out as well, and it was like, oh fuck.
You always get that.
And then it's a long drive home to in the car again, just
That was like me the other night. I told you, didn't I? Booked for 20, getting flashed at 10 by fucking Lord Farquhar with his fucking haircut.
He weren't on the ball that night, I must admit. He had something going on because he kept disappearing to argue on the phone or something.
No, I meant the fucking MC, the fucking...
the sound guy,
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Probably having a go at his fucking barber. Look at his hair. Jesus Christ, he had an hair like a fucking lampshade, didn't he?
You didn't see his mate turn up.
Medieval hair.
He looks normal compared to the mate that turned up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was wearing a lace bra as a top or something. It was a bit odd. And he weren't working there; he was just there to distract him or something. I was like, "What the?"
I was expecting it to be full of squaddies. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I thought, oh yeah, my fucking stuff's gonna kill here. Do you know what I mean?
No. You're on the wrong side of the high street for that. All the squaddies hang out at like Walkabout, if it even is Walkabout still.
Is that where Yates's was?
Yeah, on that street, Head Street. Yeah, where the cinema is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember the cinema. Do you know? Fun fact: we went to see. This is how long ago we went to see Austin Powers Gold Member. About 10 of us from our regiment.
Right.
We went to see that, yeah. We went to go and watch that.
Is that the second film?
I can't remember. Austin Powers.
The only Austin Powers I watched was...
it was the one with the smock and a pancake. The one with... well, anyway. But yeah, it must have been... 2000, 2001.
I was
like
7.
But it was all before we was fucking shipped off to Bosnia to all get PTSD. Do you know what I mean? It was just before then, yeah.
Oh, you were happy?
Oh, yeah, I was happy then.
Yeah,
Come back a fucking shell of before myself.
Army's not so bad. You work out all day, you meet a load of mates, and you go to the cinema. And then it's
No, you don't. You don't. Everyone, when I joined the army, there's like... It's sort of like there used to be an advert on, and it used to be join the army, be the best.
Oh right,
do you remember it?
I remember.
And as soon as I got to the army, we soon realised that it was join the army, be depressed. It was like that. Like on the advert, it used to be people fucking jet skiing and skiing down mountains, and then the true reality is of being in the army. He's walking up the Brecon Beacons carrying a fuck-off rucksack, soaking wet, getting screamed at and called a cunt. Everything. I remember turning up for basic training and turning up, and there was a coach outside the train station, and it was like ACR Purbright written, and that was like where I'd done my basic training. ACR Purbright on the front, and there was this sergeant there with a clipboard, and he was like, "Okay, are you coming to Purbright? Yep. Mr. Gargan, yep, get on. Oh, are you coming out? Rogers, come on, get on. Give me a bar." And then as soon as the bus doors went, like, right, you fucking cunts! There was this geezer with a fucking earring, right? He went, "What the fuck is that? Your mum's curtain ring," and he just ripped it out of his ear. And we was all just like, "I want to go home." Like,
fuck now, the doors are
16
closed.
years old to go junior leaders at fucking ACR Purbright.
The advert we get now is like, if you can fix a bike, you can fix a jet.
Oh, or it's like, "Are you transsexual? The army accepts all." Fucking...
Oh, I haven't seen that
Oh,
one.
yeah, they'll have anyone there, the army. Yeah, it's fucking... yeah, we used to have to box blankets. We used to have to... Fucking your bed, you used to have this shitty metal hospital bed. And you used to have to fucking have... You used to have 2 sheets, like a fucking itchy, horrible blanket, blanket, a counterpane, which was like a little thin, fucking horrible thing. And you used to have to make your bed so perfect that you used to have room inspections every day, and they'd basically put you in the fear of fucking God, that if your bed wasn't fucking, you should drop a coin on it, and if it didn't bounce, you get fucking beasted all day. So a lot of us used to sleep on the fucking floor.
Oh, and just leave it made up.
Fucking make your bed, and that was it. And just but stupid things like they'd make you wash with a bar of soap. Back in the day when the bar of soap, they wouldn't let you have shower gel, a bar of soap, so you'd have to wash with this bar of soap every day, and then it'd have to be fucking no scum on it or clean in a soap box, and you're like 10 minutes after you just fucking wash with it. Yeah, and if you ever got like a pube found on it or anything like that, which probably like someone there like you would get. I suppose if you ever find a hair in your food or anything, you never know whether it is a pube or do you?
Well, I'm not fucking my meals, Terry.
I suppose. You never like to just rub it across?
No. Funny enough, I'm actually quite like everyone sees this, they expect me to be like hairy all over.
You got straight hair down there.
I'm not that hairy anywhere. My legs are quite bald.
I'm
my
not
back's
very
bald.
hairy, to be fair. My son's hairier than I am.
Yeah.
And he's only 14.
How'd you know that?
Because I've fucking seen his legs. I used to bath him.
Right.
Up until a week ago. He won't have it no more.
No. Virgin.
But yeah, fucking no fun. But yeah. It's Colchester, eh?
Talking about bikes. Talking about bikes.
Talking about bikes?
I brought up bikes because I wanted to talk about a story.
Just fit it in. Talking about buses.
Moving on. We'll cut that.
On, we're talking about bikes. Come on.
My dad gave me my first ever bike.
Okay.
And it was like
was it a fucking Kawasaki 1000 or something like that?
No, push bike.
Okay, push bike.
And I remember it as clear as day because we turned up to the flat and he went like, I got you this bike, and I was like, oh, and it was massive. It was way too big for me. I couldn't touch the floor while
And I bet he said to you, don't ride it round there, all right?
Exactly.
I nicked it off, yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. I went, oh, go on, come and teach me how to ride a bike then, because I didn't even know how. And he went, no.
He's a nan kid.
Yeah, we can't ride it around here. I was like, why not? He's like, oh, the roads are a bit shitty around here. We can't ride it around here. I went, all right. He was like, you can only ride it around your nans. He was in Sudbury and my nan was in Colchester. So he was like, you can only ride it around your nans. I was like, okay. And I just had to stare at this bike for a whole weekend until I finally got to my nan. So I was like, oh, I can ride a bike now. And then I realised I couldn't ride a bike. It used to be propped up underneath the stairs. And because it was so big, I couldn't touch the floor with it. I used to sit on it and I used to like pedal it backwards in spot and pretend I was riding the bike.
Yeah.
Because bored.
He's a weird kid, when you Roger. He's a fucking weird kid. Man.
Yeah. Well, that's almost as good as having a friend, isn't it? Riding a bike.
I'm going out with Roger. My bike. Why have you called him Roger? Because it's my name. Weird.
I almost got called Romeo, apparently. Can you imagine that?
I don't think it would have added any more to the weirdness. I think just like the afro.
Yeah, but this Romeo,
the comedian, the Larry shirts. I think if you'd have turned around and said my name's Romeo, I think they'd probably just gone, yep.
Yeah.
Thought it would have been something like that.
You know my surname's Dill as well. So
Yeah.
growing
Is
up,
that your real second name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so growing up, it doesn't take a fucking year 7 to figure out dildo.
My friend at school, Dylan Doherty, shout out Dylan Doherty, right? Iron lung, who had chronic asthma but could do a whole fucking water bottle without coughing, right? A water bottle was like a thing.
Oh, gravity bong.
Yeah, gravity bong, yeah. And he this is quite funny actually. His name is Dylan Ewart Doherty, right? Dill, if you're watching this, I can't believe I still remember this. Dylan Ewart Doherty. He had a really fit sister as well. And Dylan was like, not being horrible, Dill, bit of a weird looking kid, looked like the Penguin from Batman.
Right.
He was a kid, giant big nose, but he was a fucking classic top geezer anyway. And we was mouthing off to some kids when we was younger. And we all got chased, and Dylan having asthma and small legs and everything like that he shouldn't have. He sort of looked like he'd been made up of other people.
Yeah.
He sort of ran away, and the bigger kids got hold of him, and they went, tell us your name. And he went, Dylan. And they went, that's a made up name, and beat him up. It's like, Dylan was an unusual name back then. And his mum and dad were fucking brilliant people. His mum and dad was great. His mum was an art teacher and a bit of a hippie, and his dad was a plumber.
Oh, yeah.
And they used to drink in the pub Powerhouse in Basildon. Big up the Powerhouse in Basildon. Shut down for years. Anyone that's ever been to Basildon will know the Powerhouse. Drinking there. And they used to sort of turn a blind eye that we used to drink in there as well when we was like 14, 15.
Okay.
But his mum and dad were great, and they used to smoke weed and everything. And his mum was really cool, and she was really liberal and everything. And we used to call him Dildo, not knowing what a dildo was. And we was going, he's dildo here and all this. And she went to a big group of us outside his house one day. She went, do you know what a dildo is? And we went, no. And
Funny.
she went, a dildo is a flaccid fake penis that women pleasure themselves with. Thinking we was going to stop calling him it after that. That was it, mate. He was a dildo for the rest of the fucking time.
Thanks, Mum, you fucked me.
But yeah, he was, those some good times, man. He had to have his tonsils out. He always had problems with his breathing. And because his mum and dad worked, he had his tonsils out or his agonoids out. He had some sort of something done to his nose and all this lot because he had such bad breathing. He had really bad asthma and that as well. He was like one of them pump kids.
Oh, yeah.
And he was staying with his nan while he'd had this operation, and we'd all bunked off school and gone round to his nan's with a fucking eighth of hashish and fucking we was like, come out and do a bottle deal. And he was like, this geezer was like, could barely fucking breathe after having this operation, and he's still done it. He's still done like the worst bong we've ever seen. But, yeah, done my first ever acid with Dylan as well. Yeah. He's a great guy, man. He's a fucking great guy.
You done mushrooms?
Yeah, I've done mushrooms. I used to do them quite a bit, actually. I actually done mushrooms. I took a day off work because I used to do a lot of mushrooms for depression and PTSD and stuff like that. And I took a day off work, and I'd done far too many mushrooms. I actually done a thing called lemon zesting, where you basically you put them in. For anyone that don't know, do this. It's really good. You put them in lemon juice, and it's it enhances the strength of them, and you come up on them really quick and everything. And I actually done that, and then my son come home from school too early.
This son?
This son, yeah. And I actually, at one point, I thought I was going to have a bad trip. I was like fucking up. And I had to watch Grown Ups on Netflix to sort of sort me out and make me laugh to forget it. And I thought Adam Sandler's head looked like jelly bean, and it made me feel a lot better. But then Oscar got home from school, and I thought he looked like the Joker from Batman.
Oh.
And and he was laughing in my room. He was a lot younger then, and he was
When I did
very. But I'm not much. Got quite a lot in common with your dad actually. I didn't give him a nicked bike though. That was probably one thing I didn't do.
Just because you bought it doesn't mean it went nicked.
No, that's it. No. I always bought his stuff. I actually feel a bit ashamed now. He's getting a bit like the Jeremy Kyle child here, isn't it?
I did mushrooms a couple years ago, just because everyone seemed to be talking about it, and I knew someone selling them. I was like, oh fuck it, I'll give it a go, and I decided to do like an amount alone in my flat. And have you heard of a breakthrough experience?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I had. I was like, have you seen the film Everything Everywhere All at Once? It's a bit of a weird indie
I've
film.
sort of heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Like the premise is like she keeps blinking.
Is that the one with the eye on her head and all
Yeah,
that?
yeah. She keeps blinking into different universes, and things are changing rapidly before her eyes. Well, that was happening to me in my flat. Like, I would look around and suddenly everything would change as if I had been put into a different world. Like suddenly everything was short and fat. Like I was holding a can of Coke, but it looked like a can of tuna.
Okay.
And then suddenly everything was like tall and skinny, and it was changing really quickly.
That's just mushrooms for me.
Yeah, walls melting.
Yeah, usual shit. Yeah.
And then I got a bit scared, and I was like, maybe I can try and go to sleep. So I got into bed and I closed my eyes, and all that happened was that I saw this like interdimensional lobster made of light, and he was like had all his tendrils coming towards me, and he was trying to speak to me in like some frequency. And the more I tried to understand it, the more he pulled away. Okay. And then I was like, okay. And then it was just like giggling for an hour.
yeah. It's pretty much what most mushrooms is like, actually.
Yeah, and I haven't done them since because it was quite jarring.
No, I don't mind them. It's, how long got?
Well, there's 3 minutes left to the hour, so.
3 minutes.
That was an hour already.
I told you, yeah, and I've go quick.
I didn't even get to like the real traumatic stories.
Oh no, never mind. Maybe you'll have to come on again, man.
Oh yeah,
so,
I love that.
Just quickly before we do go anywhere, so you still live in Colchester?
Yes.
And is Colchester still the town that it used to be, the soldier town?
I don't see any. They do keep to their own bars, and it is all up like Crouch Street and Walkabout.
Or more like you stick to your bars and not want to get involved with them bastards.
Yeah, the only bar I'd ever go to. I've actually been sober for nearly a year now, 8 months.
Okay, did you have a problem or?
It was a New Year's resolution. I take my New Year's resolutions quite seriously. And I did get the big sad, but like it was like, well, I needed to be healthy. It was actually like sod's law because I gave up smoking on my 30th birthday and moved on to vapes. And then
some people say vaping's worse.
Well, the NHS doesn't say that, and I can't argue with the results because I used to have this wheeze.
Yeah, but the NHS also convinced us COVID was a thing, so it's not like it's not like they're very trustworthy, is it?
We kind of live in a world now where nothing's really factual and you have to like choose what you have to believe in.
Yeah.
If that's fair, there's always a conflicting theory and opinion.
Yeah.
And for me, while I was smoking, I had a wheeze that was so loud it would keep me up at night. Like even now, if I was speaking into this mouth, it'd be like, you'd hear it. And like everyone knew me for it for years. And I was like, it can't be the smoke. It's probably asthma or I'm fat.
Wheezy weasel.
Yeah. I gave up smoking for 2 weeks, started on vapes. The wheeze went away in 2 weeks.
Really?
2 weeks.
Did you find it hard to give up smoking?
Not with a vape.
I gave up smoking for years. For about 6 months and then started again. Yeah. But I don't like vapes.
That's fair enough. You have to find your brand, I think.
Yeah, I suppose. What's your flavour of choice?
I like the blue bars with the pods, because you can't get disposable ones now. You get the refillable pods. They're alright.
Okay.
The cherry one's the best.
Cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is still something a little bit gay about them, though, isn't there?
There are gay.
There is.
Yeah, there's that. Have you heard of James McAvey, the Australian? Or James McCoy? He's an Australian comic in America at the moment.
No.
He's got a bit that went viral about how We stopped calling people gay, and the world went downhill from there. Vaping would have never taken off if you were allowed to be called
definitely
people.
not. No,
If you were allowed
I just think gay means a different thing now. Gay just means shit now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To a teenager. Anything shit to a teenager. Gay started off meaning happy back in the 40s.
Yeah.
Then it progressed to meaning homosexual. Now it just means anything shit to a teenager.
Yeah.
You know?
You do hear that from the younger teenagers as well, that they don't give a fuck about woke agenda.
Well, I'm hoping it's coming back. I'm really, really hoping that. Not that I want to take the piss out of any sort of thing, but I just think if it's funny, it's funny. you
Yeah.
know? And I think funny's for everybody.
Yeah.
All different creeds, sexes, religions, whatever you want to be. You know, we all should have the right to sort of take the piss out of each other, as long as it's not offensive.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
And I think because we did have that offensive shit for so long, it's got out of control now, and everything's just woke, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but like we're due a resurgence of the right.
That's it. Let's hope so. Let's hope it all starts down here at the Dirty Dog Comedy Club.
I'm sure it will.
That's it. Anyway, Roger, it's been great to meet
Yeah, it's
you
good
and
seeing
talk
you
to you
around.
for an hour. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week.
Oh, and can you follow me at Roger Does Comedy on Instagram? That'd
There
be
you go.
great.
Good plug there, Roger.
Cheers.
Follow me as well, Terry Gargan. Stand up on everything. All right. Love you. Bye.